This is the 6th Model Probe tutorial. We're going to look at project status. In this tutorial, I just want to look at a few more helpful status things that you can do while you're working with a model in Model Probe. First thing is you can hover your cursor over a lot of different things, a lot of different parts of the data, particularly in the Group Assignment tab. So in this particular case, if I hover over the type, it tells me the number of occurrences and the tags of the occurrences in the model. If I hover over assembly code, or in fact any of these other parameter values, it will show me the value in the current model, the user-defined value, and the previous value. So it tells me what the various values are or have been for that particular element. Another very interesting idea is the project status. Project status just brings up a little dialogue that gives you a list of updates where you are in the project status. Things highlighted in red are things you may need to think about. So unsaved changes is warning me here that there are changes which haven't been saved to the model on disk again. So that's a fairly straightforward one. Ungrouped elements are telling me that there are elements that have not been organized into a logical group for spec rating. Remember, at the beginning we organized everything into groups. So we could write the appropriate spec sections or parts of spec sections. So all elements in the model should be grouped. If they haven't been grouped, then they haven't been considered for the specification, and that's something that needs to be fixed. Scrolling down, we have uncompleted groups. So we've got created groups because, remember, again, we apply the automatic grouping, and we've got a bunch of groups that have not been processed into matrices. And so every group needs to be processed into at least one paragraph, matrix, or note. If it's a paragraph or a table, then it gets saved in the specification section. If it's a note, it just means you've considered it. But at least every one of them needs to have been processed so that, again, we know that the spec is complete. Matrix changes, just make sure that there are no matrix changes. So for example, if I'd created a matrix and created a table or paragraphs from it, and then got a model update that changed one of the values of one of the parameters that I'd used in those paragraphs, then it will show that there was a matrix change, and those matrix changes, remember, would come up with a little yellow triangle on the matrix. But if I had any of those that I hadn't edited, said okay, and saved the contents back into my document, they would come up with matrix changes. Spec sections missing from the project. So again, if I've said that I've got something that's connected to a spec section, and yet the prospect section isn't in the project, then I've got a problem. So I need to fix that. Spec sections without connection to the model. So I could have spec sections in there. In fact, I do in this case have some spec sections that were added that actually I don't have any matrices or paragraphs or in the model that are connected to that spec section. So why are these spec sections, if they're not related to the model, why are they in the specification? You will notice, however, that these are only for divisions 2 and onwards. Anything in division 0 or division 1 is just a general contract document, and so would not be directly related to content in the model. But all of the other divisions and sections should be connected to something in the model. So the project status enables you to verify that your model is completely covered in the specification, and that the specification is covering everything in the model. And so it's a wonderful check on the quality of your work. That's the end of these tutorials. Thank you for watching them. If you have any questions, please let us know.